Meanwhile, Republicans now have not held their fire. They say Democrats will live to regret this decision. Republican Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming is here with me now. And, sir, good morning to you.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
I want to get reaction on two stories, this one and the Obamacare delay. First, on the changing of the rules in the Senate. What do you think this means for America?
Well, first, I think it shows the sign of the desperation on the part of this White House and this administration. The president's polling is at an all-time low. People think he's not trustworthy, and they do think he's incompetent. So when you see that sort of polling, the White House is desperate to do something, and they did this deliberately. And as that last report just showed, they are fairly convinced they're going to lose control of the Senate, so they want to force things through in the next year because we're focused on the 2014 elections because of the debacle of the Obama health care law. Millions of people who've received cancellation notices, millions who can't keep their doctor, and the skyrocketing cost of insurance under this president's law.
Joe Biden in 2005 said, "I pray to God when the Democrats take back control of the Senate, we don't make the same kind of naked power grab." What does that mean now?
Well, it means that he was for it before he was against it, or he was against it before he was for it. So was Barack Obama, so was John Kerry. This is what we see happening now. This is the sign of the desperation of this administration, because I think they're shocked at how poorly the Obama health care law is working and how poorly it's being received around the country. But these are things that those of us who actually read the bill initially could see coming. We predicted years ago that millions would lose their insurance, and now we know over 5 million people have received cancellation notices. We predicted that people wouldn't be able to keep their doctor in spite of the president's promises, and now we know millions of even our seniors on Medicare will not be able to keep their doctors. We know that some of the best hospitals in the world are not going to be in the exchanges or have very limited coverage, and we're talking about some of the best pediatric hospitals in the country: Seattle, St. Louis, Houston. We know Cedars-Sinai in California, the Mayo Clinic, many of them excluded from most of the policies on the Obama health care law. The president and the White House are reeling, as they should be, because of what they've done to the American people, and there's a sense of both anxiety and anger all across the country right now.
Let me point you back to the politics of the nuclear option decision. Very interesting to hear you say that they believe they will lose the Senate next November, because along with that you have yet another delay of Obamacare. The enrollment sign-up period has been delayed past the November midterm election. Does that surprise you?
It is a cynical political ploy by the administration to hide the additional sticker shock, the increased costs of insurance that are going to come next year. So for them to delay from a couple of weeks before the election to a couple of weeks after the election, to me, is just a naked effort. People are going to see right through this. The administration trying to hide.
Do you think it's the cost that they're afraid of?
Well, I believe they are afraid of the cost of insurance, which is going up under the health care law. Bill, let's face it, the young, healthy people are not going to sign up on this website or pay more for insurance that many of them don't believe they need or want or will ever use or can afford. So the older, sicker people who are signing up for the health care law are going to result in higher costs in next year's premiums. That's what this administration is trying to hide until after the 2014 elections.
Well, okay, Senator, thank you. Want to get you on record for both of those topics. Appreciate your time from the Hill today. John Barrasso, who is also a physician, you bet, a Republican from Wyoming there in D.C.